美国加州州长亲自来中国。
场景一
It's all been privatized.
Yeah.
You know, a company doesn't want to open up a rail line if they're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
And then the ones that they are making money on, they just want to keep pushing the prices higher and higher. So actually train travel in the UK has become kind of more of a thing for wealthier people, because normal working people can't afford to use trains now in the UK, you know, which is mad.
Again, trains? What are those things? Like, as an American, I mean, train travel is... In America, we have like Amtrak, and those trains are old, the rails are rickety. What are we traveling? We are traveling at 306 kilometers an hour at this very moment. And do we even
Never
feel
know
it?
that, would you?
That is
you
crazy.
put our coffee sat on the side here
Yeah,
without
yeah,
even, without even, you know.
Oh, you know, you don't. I think that unless you've been to, like, Japan has a very, very good travel infrastructure.
Yeah,
Very
and
good
Germany
travel.
and France are not too bad.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think China now has way more than all of those countries put together. You know, they've made that as like a mainstay of their policy to connect all the major cities by high speed.
场景二
Hey, I'm Sarah and I'm here in Beijing, but today I am super excited because we're going to be taking a little trip outside of the city. We're here at the Beijing South Railway Station, taking China's high-speed rail network to Tianjin on the Beijing-Tianjin intercity rail. And I'm super excited. It's my first time. We're going to have the whole experience and you're going to come with me, so let's go check it out. So we're here on the train, and I have to tell you, the interior is stunning. I'm from DC and New York City, and I've been on lots of trains throughout the United States, but nothing quite like this, and I'm very excited. The seats are incredibly comfortable. We have fluorescent lighting. It's just gorgeous. So as you can see, the train is fully stocked. We have lots of Beijing style and Chinese snacks here. I actually have not had a chance to try any of these yet. We'll have to see if I can get some later. So as you can see, we're going at a speed right now of 292 kilometers per hour. These trains actually go up to about 300 kilometers per hour, so we're nearly at top speed. Perhaps one of the most impressive parts of the experience is incredibly comfortable, and I feel very safe, even though we're going at speeds of about 250 to 300.
场景三
So I have a very good impression. It seems to me that the Chinese financial system, with their Alipay and pay through WeChat Pay.
It's very, very big, and there's a lot of people, and the traffic is immense.
It might be the cleanest place I've ever been. I could eat off of the ground.
Very clean.
Very impressive,
Yes,
the way
yeah.
everything's cleared up. Nice and tidy.
Everything works on time and people very friendly.
The food is very good. I like the food.
Magnificent country. The most impressive was the traffic. You're driving all the way around, every kind.
场景四
and that all we've got to look forward to are 30-year-old second-hand trains in the future.
Second-hand, 30-year-old trains, second-hand and substandard. Right. Well, you feel very strongly, obviously, and it's something wherever we go in the country, we're hearing these complaints about our transport structure. Isabel Oakeshott.
Well, totally not. I mean, as a hard-pressed commuter who suffers daily on substandard train services, I completely sympathise, and I know that you were promised by the Conservatives services that you have not received, so that absolutely can't be right. And I was looking into this earlier and just wondering, for the sake of argument, how the Chinese do these things, and I noticed that they were able to build a whole new station in the space of 9 hours by flooding it with thousands of workers. We should be much more imaginative about getting infrastructure in quickly instead of condemning people to being isolated.
场景五
Not in a bad way, but just like
in a different way.
Unexpected. So the bullet train goes over 300 kilometers an hour. That's really fast. And actually, you can feel how fast it is because my ears have been popping the whole time we've been on this train. It's just like being on an airplane, but way more fun and with way more space. There are over 25,000 kilometers of bullet train network in China.
The longest route on the whole railway runs between Beijing and Shanghai. It's over 1,200 kilometers, and it only takes 6 hours.
场景6。
So aside from the magnetic levitation thing being like super futuristic and cool, it also actually makes the train super sustainable. So the train doesn't actually run off any fuel. Instead, it uses the magnets on the ground, which kind of like propels the train upwards and forwards and makes the train go, which is crazy cool, and also creates zero air pollution, which is even more futuristic than like the magnetic levitation thing.
场景7。
중국. 그 변화의 상징인 고속철을 찾았다. 세계에서 제일 긴 중국의 고속철은 전국의 주요 도시를 하루 생활권으로 묶어주고 있다.
When I was young, I need take around 12 hours by train.
12 hours?
Yeah, by normal train. But nowadays only 5 hours by the fast train. Yeah.
최고 시속 480km의 중국 고속철은 KTX보다 1.5배나 빠르다. 하지만 놀라운 점은 속도만이 아니다.
Nowadays we have our own skill, our own technology to build the train, and also we can sell the technology to other.
场景8。
Oh, it's a future train. This train is hovering, bro. Yeah, I know, it's a magnet, man. Guys, this whole train is not touching the ground. It's hovering above the ground.
I would say I think we're breaking the pace of a normal London train right now.
Yeah, this is the speed of a train up to London. Right, okay.
100 kilometres already, bro.
What? Guys, there is a speedo in each carriage on the ceiling. Italy speeding up, bro. Oh my gosh.
场景9。
Talk to people and get up and walk around, and it's fast and convenient. Looks good. We're going to find a great train. I'm very glad to be on it. I like high-speed rail. I like trains. Sometimes planes. If you're coming from California to China, I prefer a train. I'm rather a plane rather, because you can't go across the water on a train. But where it works, high-speed rail is good. That's why I'm the foremost.
场景10。
kilometers an hour. I have heard that it takes about 4 minutes to get to its full speed of 431 kilometers, which is crazy. Like 0 to 431 kilometers in 4 minutes. That's insane. That's like 107 kilometers an hour that it's gonna go up in speed. Up here, it tells us our speed. I'm a little nervous right now because we are levitating, which is strange. I've never levitated on a train before. It feels like any other train I've been on. You know, it kind of feels like the bullet train. The one thing that I have really noticed is it's really quiet. Because the train is levitating, there's actually no friction on the tracks, which kind of gives it this like almost silent, really futuristic.
场景11。
The Shanghai Maglev is the fastest train in the world. It runs between downtown Shanghai and the international.
1 centimeter above the tracks. I don't even. What? What does that even mean? I don't know. Hopefully it's safe. So aside from the magnetic levitation thing being like super futuristic and cool, it also actually makes the train super sustainable. So the train doesn't actually run off any fuel. Instead, it uses the magnets on the ground, which kind of like propels the train upwards and forwards and makes the train go, which is crazy cool, and also creates zero air pollution, which is even more futuristic than like the magnetic levitation thing. Sorry, not you, sir. Only VIPs allowed. Where would you like to sit? We have this whole section to ourselves. Crazy. Guys, if you're gonna do it, come VIP because there's no one here. I feel like we should sit down soon though because the train's about to go really fast and
场景12。
Small provincial town, but you know, Chengdu has almost 5 million people, and in European relationship, it's very big town. It's enormous town.
所以说，第一次来到常州的时候，是出乎您的意料的对这个城市的印象是吗？
It's huge, big impact of the traffic. For example, elevated roads around everywhere, not so many cars like maybe in Shanghai, and the traffic is very fluent here. And I live here in my neighborhood, basically very close also to the company where I work, and therefore for me it's some kind of village. It's not so big town, because if I go to the north part of the city, I always meet some friends, like him, for example, and we are again in one kind of very limited area. Then you don't suffer of this city.
场景13
That's my seat. There's KK seat, automatic seat. Woo! Right there. That is the front. And there's the outside. You can't see it, but we're getting ready to go.
The window.
Yes, we both get a window this time. Too bad it's dark. Okay, see if you can put it back. Push one of the, right here. Look at the little buttons. Okay, give it a try. Go. Ooh. Ah, dramatic. Oh.
I like business class now.
You like business class. You've been tainted. It's all you want now?
I'd be okay with business class.
Look at that leg room.
场景14
To take the high-speed train from Beijing to Shanghai.
Traveling by bus, by van, is one thing. Traveling on that high-speed bullet train, you hardly think you're moving unless you look out the window.
Now that's a trip that normally takes about 14 hours by car, and it takes 5 hours in the train.
I'm guessing it's going to be about 180 miles per hour to 200 miles per hour.
We just got on the bullet train to Shanghai, and the 6th AD had a present for us, a tie clip with a tank on it.
We got a gift. It's a tie clip. Figured we'd make it useful.
场景15
然后我都觉得所有的房子啊，都是古代的那种，就是那个
瓦房，
就是这种。
房。
来到上海，那个一看那个机场，我来这边，我18岁到的时候，这是我第一次坐飞机嘛。说实话，我们的就是乌克兰的那个大城市和上海是完全不一样的。我们是有点欧洲的那种古老的一些，
就没有那么高的建筑，
没有大楼，像上海在这边是。我之前看到美国的什么纽约啊，这种
上海很像纽约，
都觉得，我妈呀！有一天我要看看这，我没想到上海是现在都
是吗？哎，真的有很多外国人啊，来到中国之后就觉得哇，上海发展的这么好，
太厉害了，
很厉害，真的，我觉得是现在你比上海、纽约、悉尼这些国家真的是。一样的，
对，
其实还发展。
我都觉得上海比其他地方都要好，因为都是新的，很快的，全部造出来了，
马路都很宽，
对
不对？
我们那边说修路啊，修路要修5年，多少年要修都修不过来。
国外修路啊，要建一个建筑很长时间，但你看在中国真的很快，修路可能就是1-2个月就完成了。
什么2个月？
场景16
The market in 5G and pharmaceuticals. Oh, and they bought Africa. Their new Silk Road initiative is the biggest infrastructure project in history, indebting not just that continent, but large parts of Asia, Europe, and the Middle East to the people who built their roads, bridges, and ports. If you want to go anywhere in the world these days, you better have a yen for travel. Yen for travel.
场景17
Maybe a quarter century ago. So that's the reason my hair is gray by now. And it's just been a sea change. I mean, you think about it now, some of the most modern cities in the world are in China. In the mid-90s, you wouldn't find any modern cities of the world here. The infrastructure that has gone on in China, whether you know it from the moment you land in the airport to the roads, is just extraordinary. The most modern in the world, arguably. I think the other thing that you feel is that over that period of time, there's a lot more openness than there was in the mid-90s. Maybe not where we'd all like to be, but it's come an extraordinary distance. Also, China at that time was, at least from our point of view, was focused mainly in China. Now China plays a leadership position for the world in many different areas, and so it's like a different country. If you were to come in when I did and you went to sleep for the 25 years and you were parachuted.
场景18
303 kilometers per hour, and we're in first class. So these are the seats. They're pretty big, pretty spacious. Can't lift the arms up, but that's okay. They're quite wide. As you can see, I can push it back, which is pretty good. Very comfortable. They've got this like headrest, which is very comfortable. Also, they've got a footrest, so you can spread your legs out and put your feet on it. I've got my little rucksack down here, but I've got so much leg room, it's ridiculous. There's a little hook here that I can hook my jacket on. There's 2 plugs in front of me, and there's also 2 plugs underneath the seat. There's a light up here, a reading light, so you can see. Nice big window and a screen. Lovely. Lots of luggage space behind me, lots of luggage space in the front, and lots of luggage space above me.